Hey guys, it's Fire here with a 3-minute guide for the brand new champion Lucian. Now Lucian seems really strong. He's a very similar playstyle to Graves. Most of his damage output in lane comes from his abilities, which means he's really good at harassing and he's very easy to pick up kills on him as well. His kit is naturally really good at dueling people, and when you combine that with an insane burst damage, it's really difficult for anyone to take him on one-on-one. The main downsides for Lucian are that he's very cooldown dependent and very combo dependent. If you don't pull off your combo correctly, then it severely reduces the amount of damage that you're able to output, and so it's really important you do things in the correct order. So for masteries are on 2163. This is because Lucian's going to rely on his ability to do most of his damage in lane, and so you need to make sure that you have the mana to do that. If you run out of mana in lane, it's really easy for the enemy carrier to take advantage of you. For runes are on very standard flat AD marks, armor yellows, magic resist or magic resist per level blues, and then for quints I run 2 lifesteal and 1 AD. The reason you want 2 lifesteal is so you can sustain in lane, and then the 1 AD is going to allow you to trade better and also last hit under turret. As with Graves, there's a lot of different viable build paths for Lucian. This is the one I found to be the most effective so far, and so is the one I'm going to show you. So you want to start with the Doran's Blade. Now this is because it gives you the AD, health and lifesteal that's going to allow you to sustain in lane and trade if the enemy wants to fight you. Now if you can afford a BF sword on your first back, then I would recommend getting that so that your burst potential is absolutely huge. If not, then you want to pick up a Vamp Scepter and maybe a second Doran's Blade as well. Now the core item on Lucian is going to be a Bloodthirster. Now this is because it provides the most AD in the game apart from a fully stacked Sword of the Occult. It also gives you lifesteal, which is going to allow you to trade better with the enemy AD and also duel people better if they jump onto you. Now this is the point where Lucian and Graves differ slightly. On Graves, the more AD you have, the better, because your abilities will do so much more damage. Now Lucian's ultimate scales with attack speed as well as AD. Now what this means is that you want to build a mix of both so that you maximise your damage output while your ultimate's active. So a standard build would be a Bloodthirster, Phantom Dancer, Last Whisper and Infinity Edge. Even when your ultimate is up, your abilities and auto attacks are going to continue to do a huge amount of damage in the team fight. Now if you're a little bit behind, then I suggest you get a Bloodthirster, Zeal and Last Whisper. This means that even if enemies have built some armor already, your ultimate is still going to rip through the entire team. Finally, for defensive items, I've just shown the 3 most viable options I think there are for Lucian. So when you're laning as a Lucian, there are 2 real basic combos that you're going to need to use. The first is just your basic harass combo. Now you want to open with the basic attack, follow up with your Q and then another basic attack, because the second basic attack will be using your passive and your double hit. This is a really safe way for you to harass without really taking any damage in return. Even if they do aggress onto you, you can just use your E away and then you can wait for your cooldowns. Now your second combo is good for when you actually want to fight rather than just harass the enemy. So you firstly just want to auto attack the enemy, then use your Q and auto attack again, which is going to give you the double hit. After this you want to use your W and basic attack again, which will give you another double hit and also grant you bonus movement speed. Now after level 6, when you're going to use your ultimate, you want to try and make sure that you've always got your W on the target before you start to ultimate. This means that when your ultimate is hitting the enemy, you're still going to get the bonus movement speed from your W, and it's near impossible to get away from a Lucian that's ulting after you. Now you can also use this combo to kite really effectively as well. Now if someone's chasing you, you just need to mark them with your W and then ult in their direction. While your ult is hitting them, you can still run away and you're going to gain that bonus movement speed, which means it's impossible for them to catch you. Now this is going to deal a huge amount of damage to them while they're chasing you, and by the time your ultimate's up, you can probably just turn around and kill them anyway. Remember that while you can use this to kite, it's much more effective if you use your ultimate across the entire enemy team. Thanks for watching guys. Now this guide has pretty much just come from my time playing him on the PBE and a couple of games today on the live servers just to make sure that it was all still accurate. Remember that the giveaway is still going on as well, so if you haven't already entered that, you can win a Riot Nasa's skin code and also a Pack Civer skin code. Just go over to my Facebook and comment on the status. As always, if you have any feedback for me, please leave it below and I'll try and do my best to take that on board. Go like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and I'll catch you next time.